Hello, so today I'll be looking at an AttackDefense.PentesterAcademy.com lab, and this lab is called Command Injection. It's based on the idea of a cloud services, Amazon Lambda, and Lambda is basically like Amazon's serverless platform. So it says serverless architecture is said to be more secure compared to traditional architectures. However, this does not mean attacks cannot be performed on it. In this lab, we will learn how a vulnerable Lambda function can be leveraged to perform a privileged operation. And the objective is to identify the command injection vulnerabilities, leverage it to get hold of temporary access credentials, and interact with the S3 buckets on the AWS account. And this is the URL. So we're going to have to click on, well, we don't need to click on the run if we don't want to use the Kali Linux instance. I have one running right now, so I'll go to this URL here and open in new tab. And the idea is to select the file from your file system and drop it here. So I'll go to my desktop, open up a test file, and in this test file is just the written test. It can be anything you want, really. And so I'm gonna go ahead and click and drag it over to our browser tab. And it says error uploading test, max upload size is 4 MB. So what we're gonna need to do is install this Foxy proxy extension on the add-on. So if you go to addons.mozilla.org, search for here Foxy, and you want the standard one, and make sure to install it. And after you've installed it, open up, go to options, and then we want to set up our Burp proxy so that Burp will be intercepting our localhost address 127.0.0.1 on port 8080. And you also want to open up your Burp Suite proxy so that it will intercept requests from the Foxy proxy, essentially. So now that it's set up, you want to switch over to Burp, and also in Burp Suite make sure that intercept is on. So now if we try this again, it'll intercept our request. And what we're gonna have to do now is basically send a post request at the end of this. We're gonna have to send this to repeater or do Control R. You just do right click and then send to repeater. And now at the end of test, we're gonna have to do semicolon print env and then send this request. Once we send the request, we'll get back our print, our environment variables from AWS Lambda. For example, AWS Lambda function, which is the latest, or the session token. The ones that we're gonna need is AWS access key ID. If I can find it. Secret access key, we're gonna need this one. We're also gonna need secret access, access key ID, and also session token. So make sure to copy these down. Before I continue, I want to go to our DST bucket here where it says temporary public image store. So I want to copy this, and I'll show you what happens when we do this in our browser window. So open up a new tab, copy and paste that, and do s3.amazonaws.com. And this won't work, but we will see. Make sure our proxy is off. Yeah, it says access denied, but briefly it did say that host ID and, well, host ID is here basically, but anyway. coming back to our Burp Suite, we're gonna need to open up a new terminal and then install sudo apt install AWS client. I already have it installed in my machine, but you want that set up so that you can do add our environment variables. So one at a time, we're gonna have to do export AWS access key ID, and we're gonna have to come here and then copy and paste each one. Come here. So access key ID, we're gonna need to copy this, copy paste that here, and then we're gonna have to do export secret access key. So copy and paste that to our, make sure to copy that whole line. And then also do export session token. Yeah, copy all this up to before AWS Lambda log group name, essentially. So copy that too. So now what we have to do is basically try to get the list of the files in the bucket for the S3. So do AWS S3 ls and then S3, and this is how we want to do it: temporary public image store. And it'll reach out to AWS and try to, yeah, we got the flag.txt now because we had set up our environment variables. If we did it without the environment variables, we wouldn't be able to reach that S3 bucket. So now we want to copy that flag.txt file and copy it out to our and if we do cat flag.txt, we got the flag. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you.